Hello, my name is Cheryl, and this is my IShowU for my final project to promote SummerQuest. Okay, first I'm just going to play the video for you so you can kind of see what it looks like. Okay, and now I'm just going to kind of talk to you about my process, how I made this. As you might notice on the side, I have a lot of layers. This is pretty much this is how I mainly animated it. Was I actually had to break up these characters into tons of layers. That way I can move the parts I wanted to. You might be wondering why I didn't do any tweening. Well, when I actually did try and tween it, it didn't quite work how I had liked, so I actually didn't mind having all these layers and just individually moving them. So you'll see right here, all of these I put in to be able to animate it slowly. I just had to move each part, and that way it would be able to be animated how I wanted it. In order though for me to actually make these characters, I had to draw them out first. Here's an example. I drew this in Photoshop, and then I just took it in Flash, and then I just traced each part and actually made a layer for each part that I wanted to be animated. Like her hair, I would outline it in Flash and color it in with the fill bucket, and then that way if I wanted to make her hair move, I'd have the 2 layers for her hair, and then I could, you know, put them in Flash and just move them with the free transform tool, and that way I could make her hair move. And here's another example. Here's the duck. You know, I actually made this into several layers as well. I made his mouth, these separate layers. That way I could have him open his mouth when he talked at the end, and I made his wing a whole new layer so he could move his wing, and I made his feet so he could walk. And here's the scoreboard, which was also made in Photoshop. And that way I could just, you know, add the text to it. And so that made it really nice and easy for me to just be able to add the text on and animate it like that. And then here's the background. I also made this in Photoshop. You know, just made the grass with the brush tool. It's really nice. And I made it wider than the actual Flash frame because I wasn't sure at the beginning if I was going to pan or not, you know, have the land move while Miku is walking, but I decided to just have it as it was, but I thought it was good to have it wider, so just in case. And so pretty much each layer, you know, I just had to go in and move it frame by frame. It took quite a while without tweening, but I felt like it had a smoother effect than if it had been tweened. So the hardest part actually was getting her legs to actually look like they'd walked and to make it look like a real life person, like flowing. One of my favorite parts is actually right here when she jumps, because I was able to tween her hair, or not tween, but you know, move her hair with the free transform tool to make it look like it was going up the air as she jumped and then come back down. And also right here when it zooms into the duck, in order to make it look like it zoomed, I just selected everything, all of these layers, and then free transform tool again and made it a lot bigger, so, and then just centered it. And then when I actually played it, it looked like, you know, a whole nother scene, and like the camera had zoomed into the duck, which was what I was really hoping for. And then I had it zoom back in to the scoreboard so I could give the credits, and then I thought it'd be fun, you know, to add Miku back in at the end and just kind of wave goodbye and say thanks for watching. So that's pretty much my process. I just had a lot of layers, it just took a lot of time, a lot of just moving individually each, each layer, like the legs, I just move them like this with retransform like this. So it's just kind of, time consuming, but I just really liked the effect that it had, and I thought it was worth it. So, you can move her leg around like that. Oh, another thing I really liked to do was I made her eyes blink, which is right when she jumps. I don't know if you notice it, but that was really fun. I just had to copy the frames, and then I just deleted them and drew on the different eyes. And then when I want her eyes to go back to normal, I just deleted the squinty eyes and then pasted back in the original eyes that I had, which was really fun because I just kind of had to learn how to do that on my own. But other than that, that's pretty much the basic process, and I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.